And so probably if we can cooperate to just be with, the time, that's what she says, 8 to 9 tomorrow, only 8 to 9 tomorrow.
Just tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes,
Just
this
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
And then,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
So
no
later,
problem. I will do it in the house before coming out.
great, lovely. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So welcome once again, and I congratulate that you have been really graduating gradually, successfully in this spiritual knowledge. Every day is a degree, because every day is complete with so much of clarity, wisdom, and I'm sure that you all are enjoying this this depth of wisdom, because we all had so many questions, but it is now that we are able to get it clarified. Today's lesson is an eye-opener, and I'm sure everyone who is belonging to different religions, like especially Christianity, because we all heard about an eternal tree in our religions, but we do not know where exactly it is, what exactly it means. Tree is very auspicious part of our human life. And whether it is the trees which are made with 5 elements of the nature, or whether these are the invisible eternal tree. What is this invisible eternal tree? You all have learned about this tree in the day 2 lesson, that is in the 3 world map that you have seen, where we all have come from, the soul world. In that place, there is one tree of souls, which is also an eternal tree in the shape of a banyan tree with plenty branches and a big trunk under the root. Now here, we're going to study about the similar type of tree in this physical world. Now, it is not a physical tree, but it is in the physical world. It is still an invisible eternal tree. So this particular tree has a big story. A story that we all want to listen. A story of 5,000 years, how it evolved. It is called as Kalpa Vriksha. Vriksha means in ancient Indian language, it is called as Vriksha, but it is the tree. Kalpa, you know the Kalpa. Kalpa means 5,000 years. And I'm sorry, I'm not a very good artist, but this is good to understand. Like, see, you can see there is a root and there is a seed, but this tree is properly standing like a tree. That one up above is an inverted tree, and this one is properly standing tree. And if you see above the seed, there is trunk. In trunk, there are 2 departments. One is heaven, the other one is a semi-heaven. So that is a golden age and silver age. And both are equally divided, 1,250 years. And Sun dynasty people lived in heaven. Moon dynasty people lived in semi-heaven. And both places, purity was the priority. And so they were all Sato Pradhan. Purity means 16 degrees in heaven, 14 degrees in semi-heaven. Still, they both are called as full, 16 degrees full, 14 degrees full, because there is no trace of any vice in both during both the eras. So, but because it is 16 degrees, it is called as deities, and it is 14 degrees, and that's how they are mentioned to be as warriors. But the quality of a soul differs. In heaven, the souls were viceless, completely viceless. They were masters and rulers. They were worthy of worship. That is, to be elaborately speaking, the 5 main praise of the souls who lived in heaven. Number 1 is completely virtuous. Number 2, completely non-violent. Number 3, completely viceless. Number 4, the most elevated the most elevated code of conduct. That is what it is, Maryada Purushottam. The most elevated code of conduct. And number 5 is the 16 celestial degrees full. So these are the praises of those beings who lived in heaven. Viceless, non-violent, virtuous, the most elevated code of conduct, and 16 degrees, celestial degrees full. Now, if you see those who were living in semi-heaven, they were also similar, but the end of this particular silver age, we started seeing certain traits coming out because the degrees are decreasing and the virus inside is taking, the head of the virus was coming out. You know very well, any fruit, if when it is fresh, healthy, young, and it is very nice, even you keep it outside the fridge, it will survive. But gradually the life reduces. And when the strength and the health and the freshness and everything reduces, the virus will develop from within only, isn't it? So that virus is, number 1 is lust. Number 2, number 1 is body consciousness, with which everything comes out. Body consciousness is like ego of the body, I, mine, and all. Then after that follows anger, greed, lust. Lust is already, first is lust. First is body consciousness, then comes lust, then anger, then greed, then attachment, then goes on the list. You all know jealousy, hatred, selfishness, carelessness, and laziness, and all of that. So when all the vices gradually gets emerged from the soul, then soul forgets its original form, its original identity, that where it has come from and whom does it belong. And so with this forgetfulness, it only considers it to be a body. And then when it considers body, then the problems, the limitations of the body affects the soul, which wants to be in that unlimited zone of freedom, purity, peace, and love. And now all of these things are not existing. It's trying hard to find the same unlimited spiritual peace and love and all of that. But when it is not finding, then it will turn towards the world. The people will give happiness and love and peace, and situations will make it happy and peaceful and loveful and all of that. But when those things are also not happening, I started looking all around, and now it is looking up, that there should be somebody up who might have really, have given all of these things earlier. Now they have lost it, and to gain everything back, they have to connect to that supreme source who has everything to give. And so the concept of God has emerged, concept of devotion has come when the souls became 12 degrees. The souls, these Sun Dynasty and Moon Dynasty souls, they started calling themselves as human beings. And later as Hindus, ordinary human beings, they call themselves as Hindus. But then there's no such major religion called Hinduism. But later emerged because of the difference in belief systems, thought process, and practices. Abraham came and established Islam for the first time. Then Buddha came and Gautama Buddha has established Buddhism. Then came Jesus Christ, the third important the branch of this particular tree of religion. And Jesus Christ started with Christianity. And then path of renunciation was very strong. It was there much before, but it took a proper form with Adi Shankaracharya from India, who started this as a particular religion, a particular faith. So people started thinking about renunciation also as the path of religion. And so it has its own practices that you have to remain celibate and you have to leave your households and you have to have a life with a lot of sacrifice, no wearing good things, no eating good things, no meeting good people, nothing. So that solitude that they enjoyed and the purity in a physical way they practiced, and they proved that physical purity also is a big power. Then came the Muslims by Muhammad Prophet, and then came Sikhism by Guru Nanak. Then after that, no major religions. These are the 6 major religions. And after that, who came was Arya Samaj, Brahma Samaj, and all those cults and isms and Confucianism, all of many small, tiny, mushroom type religions which has come. Nowadays, you see, even Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, whichever you take, every church is a religion in its own. Every temple, every mosque says, I am original. And they don't like going one person or belonging to one church, going to another church. So there's so much bitterness in between them with regard to these religious practices. But let me tell you, with a broad mind, if you see the evolution of these religions, in the beginning, they were all very pure. Everything in the beginning was new, pure, and powerful. So the beginning was very new, very pure, and everyone, those who have come, they religiously followed. And the traditions, customs, and systems were not too many at all. Later, every religion developed so many customs and systems that people got lost from the essence of the original basis of every religion with which it is created. What is the basis for Islam? Islam said, Allah ek noor hai, God is light. But they go to Hajj to worship that stone. In Islam, earning money with money is considered as evil. In Islam, alcohol is considered as evil. But nowadays, if you see those alcohol producing countries, majority are Muslim countries. And money producing money is giving loans and encashing people's, weakness or poverty is a very bad thing. And that has been done by banks, and especially who are running the majority of banks. Again, Muslim countries like Singapore is completely full of banks, Malaysia. Their currency can never disturb. Even the dollar can fluctuate maybe at some time, but the Singaporean dollar is stable since how long? So what I mean to say here is they are going against their own religious basis, principles, foundation. If you see Buddhism's main principle, basic, is Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha. Gautama Buddha said, non-violence is the first and foremost only religion. That's what he preached and he practiced. And he inspired everyone to practice non-violence. But if you see today, even ants, dogs, snakes, they eat everything. They kill and they eat everything on the earth. By those who follow Buddhism, those countries, Chinese and Japan, China, and such other countries. So here, if you see, there's so much of violence again. Now, if you come to Christianity, it is very widely spread. And now it grew to a very vast and big range. Jesus Christ always said, God is peace, God is love. If you go to these basic fundamental understandings of the religion. So what can threat anybody's peace and love is atomic power, nuclear power. So which are the countries which believe totally, completely in Christianity? That is America, Russia, all these countries, they believe in Christianity, they follow Christianity, but they are the superpowers who are developing nuclear weapons. They are already superpowers, but having such big nuclear weapons, what does it mean? Is it for peace? Which nuclear weapon can bring peace? It can damage and make human lives with full of peacelessness, chaos, and sorrow. So they are going against their own religions. And yes, if you consider like this, all religions have become at present, after so many years of their inception, after more than thousands of years, and now they are in their last stage. If you see, there are branches, have sub-branches also. Did you see the sub-branches? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, a numbering has been given. 1 is pure, 2 is mediocre, 3 is like copper age, and everything that starts has 4 ages: gold, silver, copper, iron. Are you with me, everyone? Are you getting the point?
Yes, sister.
Very good. So the growth of every religion, if you closely observe, it is going through a different quality of practices. At present, what you can see, the last stage is the impure stage of every religion. Now, by seeing the present scenario, condition of every religion, there are only 2 things that we always get commonly. Number 1 is every religion want to prove to be the best and the first and better than any other religion. And number 2 is everyone want to be independent, want to grow and become famous. But if you see, this is the common scenario with all the religions, not just 1 or 2. Which means this is the 4th stage of all the religions. That is the iron stage, the impure stage, where the religions have become irreligious and righteous. And here, I also want to really pull your attention to the basic foundation of the religion. Like, see, every religion has a religious founder. Every religion has a religious scripture. Am I right? The 2 things every religion has is a religious founder and a religious scripture. So most of the religious founders, whoever they are, on their names, their religions have been made. Like Gautama Buddha, Buddhism. Jesus Christ is Christianity. So why all of these things have come like this? Because the founder is different, the body is different. So let me get into this secret, very interesting secret. Abraham's full name is Muhammad Abraham something. So he's born Muhammad, he's born Jesus, he's born Gautam, he's born Shankara, he's born Nanak, he's born Muhammad. All these 6 religions, they born, the religious founders or the fathers, they are born with one name, right? From birth, they are called as Jesus, Nanak, Shankara, Gautama, and Muhammad. Are you getting? Is it okay till here? But as they grew up, at one point of time in their life, some married, some didn't marry. During that particular time, where suddenly they started speaking about wisdom, very powerful wisdom about the land of light, about the supreme point of light, about the eternal energies and eternal powers and the eternal cycle. People got attracted because of these things. Everyone, all of them, they got really attracted because of this auspicious wisdom. All of a sudden, they started sharing. And they were wondering what really happened in their life. Especially in the life of Jesus Christ, they said that Jesus Christ disappeared for 18 years in between. We don't have the history of 18 years, where he went. But some of the bishops told me that they went, he in his life, right from the birth, and he grew up like a youngster, he was a shepherd, and then he walked away from the place where he stayed to India. And he disappeared for 18 years. And when he returned, he was Jesus Christ. Gautam Buddha, a married royal king with a son. All of a sudden, he was taking a stroll in the park, and he saw sorrow, how people were suffering with the being handicapped, and the sorrow of the body, wounds, and all of that. And first time he saw what is pain, and he really was taken aback that how can anybody have a pain, and that pain really, he felt that it is violence towards the body, and then he took Buddhism. It's almost similar to that of renunciation, but his own has eightfold path. So Buddhism also was very powerful in inspiring people to develop little disinterest towards this worldly materialistic things. And this disinterest will help them to connect to Almighty Authority. So when you consider like this, each and every soul had led an ordinary life, and all of a sudden something happened in between, and a new soul, all the way from the soul world, descended into their body. And then the soul which has come from where did it come? Where did the new soul come and entered the body?
From the soul land.
From this land of souls, from the soul world. And so from where it has come, it only was speaking about that particular land. You know, the souls have come from the land of souls. And that is the reason it has only information about the land of souls. And that is Christ. The soul of Christ entered into the body of Jesus. The soul of prophet entered into the body of Muhammad. The soul of Guru entered into the body of Nanak. The soul of Buddha entered into the body of Gautama. The soul of Acharya entered into the body of Shankara. In this way, if you see, these new souls entered into a body of a very old body, and then the moment they entered, they started giving the information from where they have come. So there are two souls in the body. Number one, the soul which has entered into the body through the womb of the mother. Number two is the soul which has directly entered into the body. You understood? Is it okay? Do you have any question in this regard?
Yeah, this last statement, I didn't get that.
Okay, there are two souls in the body. Jesus Christ are two souls. Muhammad Prophet two, Guru Nanak two, Gautama Buddha two, Adi Shankaracharya two. The two souls in one body. That is, one soul entered into the womb of the mother and got the body, and one soul entered directly into the developed body. Yes, and the magic happened when the soul entered directly from the land of souls into the body. That's the purity of the soul. It differs from one religious leader to other religious leader.
So
in their story. Yes, please.
No, like everyone has two souls, then
not everyone.
Only the famous leaders.
Certainly not.
Not everyone.
Because
okay.
Not everyone, certainly. Only everyone has only one soul, certainly. Everybody has a one soul. But here what happening is, there is a major requirement of establishment of a religion, because whenever a new soul has descended directly from land of souls into the body directly, the situation of that land was really not balanced, was not okay. Like when the Christ entered, there was great problem of differences between the rich class, higher class, and the lower class, and there were no humanity, there was no respect for each other, and so the society was getting into a lot of chaos, and that's how Christ had to come to balance, to help them to understand that anyway you don't belong to this world. Why are you struggling and killing each other and creating so much of violence? One day anyway you have to die. So he got the message of peace and love to develop that brotherhood in the society. When Gautama Buddha has come, there was a lot of pain and sorrow of so many diseases. He came and he said, this is just a disease of the body, but you souls are not the sufferers. So consider yourself as a soul. And he gave that message. Very powerful messages. Even Muhammad Prophet, even Guru Nanak, for that matter, they gave so beautiful, sweet, powerful messages. Everyone loved them because they spoke truth, though they suffered later in the story of their lives, as you know. But they spoke with a lot of courage. But what they did, that job is still going on, but the form of that job has become very impure. Now the religions are not catering the needs of the people like it used to be.
No.
It has just become ritualistic and more money consciousness.
Mhm.
Because of body consciousness, it is not anybody's mistake. Anything that becomes very old has to give sorrow, has to become impure, has to be totally corrupted. That is when the purifier comes and purifies everything, isn't it? In Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned that God comes, the purifier comes and purifies everyone, including the pure evil, including the renunciates and celibates who consider themselves to be pure, including them, everyone he will purify. Because in this impure world, nobody is pure. And so if you see here, in this particular tree, all the religions are at the stage of impurity. Do you agree?
Mhm.
Yes.
Because they're against to their own religion now. The practices have become malified. The violence have become the say of the day. So by hook or crook, they all want to be in power. They all want to be rich. They all want to be famous. But they are not meant for all these things. Those who are supposed to be guiding the human society have joined the rat race. So this is the moment, this is the time for the Supreme Father to come and establish one original, eternal, ancient deity religion and demolish all these namesake bodily religions. They're all physical religions. You are Christian because you are born in a Christian family. You are Buddhist or you are Muslim because you're born in a Muslim family. But is it permanent? No. Conversion of religion is everybody's freedom. Every time they just convert because of job, because of a relationship with anybody, you will get carried away and you can get converted. Nowadays, religion is just convenience. If this religion is not really helping you, convert. If this religion is not giving you good salary, good money, then there is somebody who is calling and giving you good salary, you follow your boss, and your boss is some other religion, you follow your boss and convert. If you love somebody and then you get married, if that one is a different religion, then you convert. So it is so easy for us to convert. Enough of all these conversions now. Let us be where we are. If you are in a Christian family or whichever religion, any religion is all the same. It's going through the same phase. So remain where you are, whether you are a Christian, Buddhist, or Muslim, or Sikh, remain where you are, but become what you are. We are beyond all these things. It doesn't matter which religion you belong to at this point of time, where total chaos and irreligiousness is the say of the day, because you see, all have become impure. And this is that eternal tree of religions, Kalpa tree. Few things are written in Hindi, but you can just see with the images you can understand. After 2,500 years, there came first Islam, then 2,250 Buddhism, then you know the dates, how it goes, 2000. That is Jesus Christ. It is said that before Christ, 3,000 years before Christ, heaven was there on earth, paradise was there. It is written in Bible that there was heaven on earth. Before Christ, there was heaven. So after following Christ for more than 2,000, now really 2,000 years coming up, isn't it? So it is becoming more and more hell. So today, if those people, same Jesus Christ and all Buddha and Shankaracharya, they come and see their own religious followers, they will get heart attack. Why? Because the practices have become very impure and irreligious and anti-religious against their own belief systems. So now this is the time of chaos. At one side, technology digitally is increasing and advancing. The other side, the value system is dropping very fast. And people are more entertaining themselves with greed, anger, lust, which is the say of the day. Everyone, right from the children, there are so many desires. And the worst form of a desire is lust. It only starts with little desire, then it takes a bigger, fearsome form of lust. This is a saying in India, ancient saying, Vinash Kale Preet Buddhi Vijayanti, Vinash Kale Vipreet Buddhi Vinashanti. What does it mean? Vinash Kale, the period of destruction. Preet Buddhi, loving intellect. Vijayanti, victorious. Vinash Kale Vipreet Buddhi. In this period of destruction, in the last moments of total destruction, those who have the loving intellect with almighty authority shall conquer or shall become the jewel of victory even in this period. But at the end period of this chaos and destruction and damage, those who have non-loving intellect towards God shall become part of the destruction. If you want to be the part of the destruction or part of the future construction, it is a choice that we have to make. So then running around in the world, what you're getting, which is just, if it is for the livelihood, let it remain. But more than livelihood, more than need, it is called as greed. If you don't have time for yourself, time for sitting in silence in that space where you and Almighty is connected. So in here, we need to really understand God has given us all of treasures. What are we really looking and searching outside? Number one, the treasure of thoughts, words, time, actions, knowledge, virtues, powers, breath. These are the 8, but you can add more. Dreams. Dreams also are our treasures. Sometimes good dreams really make you pep up your energy. Sometimes evil dreams, oh my God, days will pass away in fear, as if it is real. So dreams also are our treasures. And our relations, contacts, everything is our treasure. Treasures are those things, not only they make you rich, but also they help you if you invest in the right time. These are the powers, these are the treasures that you have to invest well in different situations. So your way of understanding and your way of application will define whether you're growing your treasures or losing your treasures. Use the power of word in such a way that you give hope to others, you give clarity to others. But you also can use the same power of word to confuse people, damage people's integrity, make them negative. It is a choice that we seriously have to make. Are you okay? Knowledge is also an auspicious wisdom of information that we have. It is only information if it doesn't matter anything to you. It becomes knowledge when you can connect and when it is meaningful to you. It becomes wisdom when you practice. And at this level of wisdom, it is a power. Because practice is power. What you practice is your power. You practice connection, you practice disconnection, is your choice. We all have limited responsibilities, routine, and different roles that we play, but we also are recognizing that unlimited spiritual role in this cycle of time, unlimited spiritual responsibility towards our own self, that we are supposed to be only peaceful now. We are not supposed to be peaceless at any point of time. Why is it our peace disappearing? Why is it our true love for the self, honest love for the God and for the humanity is disappearing? Why our love is becoming only body consciously to particular person, particular religion, particular language? Why our peace is not always available with us? Why do we choose to be peaceless? Just because somebody is threatening us, somebody is challenging us, somebody is insulting us, and we are taking everything what that somebody is giving and losing everything which is beyond the body, what we have. So it is a bigger realization. No matter what, I pledge for peace. No matter what, I pledge for love. No matter what, I pledge for happiness. The worldly systems and customs are going and taking you on a different direction. We have to really recognize which is the right direction which can lead you to your destination. Destination of life. So when this particular tree grows vast and wide, like a banyan tree, a tree that is in India, in Kolkata, has entered into Guinness Book of World Records because this particular tree is spread in acres and acres of land, only one tree. Still the scientists are trying to find out where is the root. One tree, acres and acres of land. It is a big tourism spot. If you enter, if you are not having any guidance, you will get lost. In the tree, because the branches are so wide that they come down and they enter the ground and they are like roots. It's not a root, branch is branch, but they have entered the ground. And so many such big branches are there. Now they are not able to find which is the real root. They are still searching the true root before the tree dies. And this tree is over, they say, over 4,000 years old. Well, this particular tree is 5,000 years old. We do not know much about that tree and the truth about whether it really existed 4,000 years before. But yes, similar to that, this eternal tree called Kalpa Vriksha is also very huge. It is 5,000 years old. Now, the trunk is completely disappeared. The root is damaged. The tree is standing only on the branches. And the branches also has become impure, with no strength, no health. Anytime it can completely fall. At this point of time, we have a great responsibility to recognize that we belong to the tree and it's time for us to save the tree And to save the tree, it is our responsibility to get connected with the root. The root is completely missing. And we are in the root. It's time for us to rejuvenate ourselves and connect to the seed. Because it is only the seed which can help the whole tree. And the seed will let us know. And because finally the seed is there, but the seed cannot do everything. It is the root or it is the branch which can do things. So they chop the branch or they chop a part of this particular tree and the sapling is done. We the souls belonging to different religions, we belong to only one God. So now it is a time of sapling. This is the whole thing. Just pay attention on this particular part. A and B. Are you able to see the arrow?
Mm. Yes.
So A, great. So A means during the destruction or transformation, one who has loving intellect towards God, the Father, they become jewels of victory. Now, who are they? Who bring close destruction? These are the souls, they bring destruction close. They become right hand to God. By becoming complete and perfect, the destruction will begin. Now, what do you mean by loving intellect here? Is those people who have heard this knowledge completely, understood the concept of secrets of time, understood the value of time and the story of time. Those who choose to accept God the Father as He is and what He is, those who are obedient, honest, faithful, loyal, following His directions, all of that. Those who practice than preach, they are the loving intellect people. On the contrary, you have non-loving intellect for Father. During the same type of destruction, they are type 2 people. They don't have any loving intellect. And who are they? They also are the ones who have this understanding and knowledge about the secrets of time, about story of time, and about the value of time. Everything they know, they understand, they hear, but the only thing which makes them type 2 is they fall short in practice, which means no realization, no transformation. So those who are not part of the transformation, they cannot be part of heaven. They are not willing to change. So why will they become part of the heaven? So they are happily enjoying their life, not practicing what they understand to be right. So at this point of time, they remain behind from now. And what happens? The end will soon come, isn't it? The cycle of time is constantly moving. If you move along with the change, you will become part of the future. If you don't want to change, you will be part of the debris because change is certain. So when the destruction or transformation takes place, what happens is those who choose not to practice, they will also has to be purified by God, isn't it? They are also children of God. But their purification is through time and punishments. So they will not get any marks. If you change, you will be getting the credit. If you remove your anger and if you change yourself, then you will be getting the credit and you will be praised for what the effort that you have made. But those who don't choose to change themselves, they also will be changed by time. Time will change them. Situations will change them for sure. Their body will teach them. When God is saying that non-vegetarian is impure and is not for you, children, lust, anger, greed is not for you, children. Please, you are children of God. You are children of ocean of peace, ocean of love, ocean of purity. You have everything within. You don't need to struggle. And be in that awareness that you are complete and perfect. Don't see what's happening around. Being in the present, see the future. How beautiful it is. That is your heaven. When God is saying all these things, but we don't listen to him, then what will happen to us? And after listening and understanding, if we don't practice, what will happen? Like a doctor who will tell you that if you go to a doctor, there are two types of doctor. Doctor will give you only two things. Number one, well, good, you have come in time. I have seen all the things. I have made the tests. You have become little obese. Your blood is little fast. Your blood is little sweet. Little is there now. You haven't yet got diabetes, BP, obesity, heart attack will not come now. But it will take 2 years. If you continue your lifestyle like this, within 2 years, even less, you will become diabetic, you will become a BP patient, you will become a heart patient, you will become a liver patient, you will become an arthritic patient, you will become an asthmatic patient. Predictions, he will tell you, because doctor can guess, isn't it? Coming 6 months, if your lifestyle is same like this, then with this tension through which you are going through, you will suffer with lot of ailments of body. But you have a choice. Change your lifestyle, reduce tension, do some exercise, wake up early in the morning, go for jogging, change your diet. Then also you will get diabetes, but you can postpone it for 5 to 10 years. You can live a very nice, comfortable, normal, beautiful life without medicines, without suffering. Similarly, God, the Supreme Surgeon, is guiding us, telling us that children, the way you are living your life, your lifestyle at present is not what you are meant to. You are spiritual beings in a human body. You are not human being having a spiritual perspective. You're a spiritual being living in a human body. So consider yourself as a being of light in whatever you are doing in the whole day. Practice to be in that awareness of what you are. And still we don't listen, then we will become those like patients who will prepone their death. And they will not be part of construction, part of establishment. They'll be part of the destruction. Can you please come down like here? Destruction or transformation. It takes place in 3 ways. Number 1, through atomic or nuclear wars, through natural calamities, and through civil wars. The rest of the whole world, like America, Russia, whoever has made a lot of nuclear weapons. Not only that, many countries have had nuclear weapons. But these superpowers, they have their nuclear weapons and they invite all the countries to sign the NPT, Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. They want no country should make any nuclear weapon, only they only should make. And they want everyone to sign the treaty that they will never make any nuclear weapon. If they don't sign, then they are categorized as enemies. Well, these types of politics keep going on in the world because it is an iron age. And so what happens is those who are manufacturing the nuclear weapons, they will not put on anybody. They are not going to use those weapons against anybody because one nuclear weapon now is very, very dangerous than the first nuclear weapon which is used in 1942, which killed only 50,000 people. The radiation of that weapon in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, even today, children are born with such type of mental and physical handicap things, even today. Though it is developed now, it became one of the biggest fashion city and whatnot, advanced, but the radiation is still there. Yes, that is the first nuclear weapon. But today, 1942 and 2022, today's nuclear weapon is more powerful, more fast, and in less time, big damage and radiation will last for how many years? 5,000 years or 2,000 years. So wherever the nuclear weapons have been made, wherever they are, saved, they are put in one place, stored, they will blast at that place only. Why? These weapons, nobody can apply on anybody because it creates huge damage. Nobody can take so much sin on their head of killing so many people. You should listen to the interview of the person who manufactured the first nuclear weapon in 1942. He died with depression, but you should listen to him, what he spoke. He said, I thought it is science. I never knew it is politics. But then he said that at least one thing gives me solace. I believe in the ancient scripture of India, Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna tells Arjuna that Arjuna, do your duty. You are not killing anybody. You are thinking you are killing them, they're already dead. What you can kill a dead person? They're living dead here. They are far away, disconnected from truth. Anyway, they are dead. You do your duty. So he mentioned this particular thing. I heard personally with my ears what he spoke. That's why I could be able to share this aspect, which really helped me to understand that those who do any type of action, they know inside their heart whether they are doing right or wrong. So nobody will be able to, whatever maybe the presidents of the countries or the in charge of the army and the defense, anybody cannot do so much of violence by putting a bomb on anybody else. They can only create. Everyone has a role to play in this drama, isn't it? In a big story. So they create weapons and they store it. It will blast in its own time. Few years before, I don't know whether it is 6 years or 8 years, in Japan, there was a very big thing happened, if you remember. Tsunami came in the ocean. They hid a nuclear weapon under the ocean. Tsunami came, and then the weapon which was hidden got blasted. And what else was there? There were one more third thing. 3 things came at a time. 3 elements. The element of water, the element of sky was involved, and there was a big thunder. And then I don't know, there are 3 elements that were involved at a time. And the damage was years together. They all suffered a lot. To say that such things are just rehearsals, the final thing is yet to happen, where the whole world will be transformed. Now, please just have a look at this one. Natural calamities will be only in India. Civil wars in India. Atomic nuclear explosions will not be in India for sure. Why? Because the spiritual knowledge and the practices that they are doing at present will save that piece of land. And so that piece of land is an eternal piece of land. Rest of the land will be part of the debris under the radiation for 2,500 years, where the heaven will come. On the earth, the heaven shall come. And when the heaven is there, no other country shall exist. Like America, Russia, Netherlands, Switzerland, nothing will exist. You all know that every country has its own story of inception. America is 500 years old. Singapore is 170 years old. So likewise, if you see, every country has its history. Before that, it never existed anyway. Now, none of the countries or places will exist for 2,500 because the coming world is an eternal land of heaven. And it is on the same piece of land, on the same piece of earth. It is not up above somewhere. This whole hell is going to be transformed into heaven. And let me tell you here, the fall of city Pompeii. This is the video which I will show in just 2 minutes. We will finish this. Sapling is taking place in order to establish the one true religion and a new tree. Why is the sapling? Sapling is for the new religion and the new tree. And here, who is going to do it? God the Father, because he is a living seed of the tree who comes and establishes the three religions. It is not a real religion, but three things. That is deities, warriors, the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty and all of these people. Those are established means they are not created. They are not created here new. The same old souls of the old world, they will be given this awareness of time, of cycle. And those who practice the connection, they will enter into the kingdom of heaven in the next era. Now here you might see the day of Brahma. I don't know whether you need this information, but it is a big saying in the ancient philosophy of the tree, the cycle of tree. Sorry. Yeah, this particular thing, that heaven and semi-heaven is 2,500 years. And this is called as the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. The day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. What is the day of Brahma? It is the day where there is full of knowledge, truth, purity for half a cycle, which is called as land of happiness, land of eternity, complete health, wealth, prosperity, everything, because people are in soul conscious stage. And the night of Brahma, it means that's a path of different types of devotions which have started in copper and iron ages for 2,500 years. Because this is full of practices of rituals, impurity for half a cycle. This is land of sorrow, and that is a land of happiness. This is land of death, because there's a lot of body consciousness. Land of diseases, wars, conflicts, everything arises here. But there it is not there. So let's focus on this particular time, which is called as the time of destruction, a time of chaos, or time of falsehood, where you have people having loving intellect towards God and people having non-loving intellect towards God. Their destiny will differ as per their practices. Now, who are those loving intellect? Those who bring distraction close, which means they are concerned about themselves and about the creation by their practices of peace. You are more peaceful, truly peaceful, deeply peaceful, spiritually peaceful, then you will close, you will not stretch the drama. It will be closed soon and the beginning will come soon. But the non-living people also have the understanding about the time, but they don't practice. That's why they will not be part of the establishment. These people are the right hand to God. These people have knowledge, but they don't become right hand by through the practices. Loving intellect is those who accept God as their father, as he is what he is. They're obedient, they're honest, they're faithful, loyal, following his directions. Here they don't practice, no realization, no transformation. Now here destruction happens in three ways that we have seen, and sapling is happening now. And a new tree is now coming to an inception. Father is the living seed of this tree who is establishing the three dynasties. And these three dynasties is part of the future. Now he's establishing, but they will emerge in the future in heaven. And now here we see the Sun dynasty, Moon dynasty. We have discussed all these things. This is the path of devotion, and this is the path of knowledge, the day and the night. Day means truth, day means knowledge, purity. Day means devotion, night means devotion, it's ignorance, full of rituals. And you're only concerned about your society, your religion, your country. And the name of my, you keep doing sins. And the day of Brahma means where there is no trace, there's no need of doing any sins, because you're full of light. You are not carried away by your systems and customs. You are not influenced by your limited conscious societal belief systems that you need to do this. At this age, you have to get married. This is what marriage, that is what. There's so many bondages, bondages of impurity, barriers of impurity, blockages of impurity never arise in the day. They arise only in the night. That is now. You understood? You understood the whole story. Let's see. Let us see. Yes. Let us see this video. लगा दिया मैंने. Are you able to see the video? Are
No,
you
sister.
able to?
No.
Yes.
Just a minute, Minil. It is happening. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, we are seeing.
Yes, sister.
I see, ma'am. Not started.
Is it playing? Are you able to see the and listen to the audio? It's playing. Lovely. Please tell me if it is not playing. Okay.
It's
Let me
playing
just
8 a.m.
It's playing 8 a.m. Lovely. So I just want to quickly in a minute tell you that this video is about a story of a city in the country of Rome. The country of Rome, and this particular land disappeared in 24 hours. Nobody knows about this. After 1700 years, when a king wanted to make his summer capital, he was in search of a good place, and he saw a lot of greenery and beauty at one place. He went there and he started digging to construct his summer capital. Then in his excavations, he found that there was already a city in this place, which was more rich in culture. It was very, very famous with its music. That this place was famous for its music and wine. And only rich people had their bungalows in this place. And when he did his what he tried to do, he detected what happened in the past history. He came to know many stories that many of the most richest people of Rome had their properties at this place. And this place disappeared in 24 hours. People do not know about volcano before this. This is called as Pompeii. Pompeii is the name of the city. And it's called as famous Fall of Pompeii. This is just an animated movie to be shared the story of this particular thing. And Baba always mentions about Fall of Pompeii. This whole world will disappear one day like Pompeii. And Baba says that Maya, the pomp of Maya, will finish. You know, one is the pomp, the other one is Pompeii. Pompeii is the name of the city. But pomp means the show off of Maya is going to finish. Please enjoy this video. Om Shanti. make everything finish in 12 hours. 8 a.m. it started, 8 p.m. The next morning, nothing is remaining. Can you make it that there was a city existed at this place? Total debris. Not even one building is standing. End of the 25th August. Mount Vesuvius. It became a crater.
Exactly only this place, sister.
Yeah, because there was, this is the first volcanic eruption that the human people have seen, humankind have seen. So this kind of thing never it has been experienced. So this has been actually recorded like this. The river of port were gone, and then it became a crater. You know crater? Crater is a river of molten rock material which flew from the volcanoes. Crater is also a river, but full of the liquid of the volcano that flows, which is called as lava. Did you see crater anytime? You find plenty craters in Indonesia. I've seen it's just a thick oil river, pond like stable, steady, no waves, nothing, very shiny. But around this crater, so much greenery. You might struggle to grow very crops like teak wood for 4 years, 5 years it takes to grow. But here it will take 1 year only to grow because it is so rich. The soil becomes so rich. for agriculture and other purposes. So this is the story of Pompeii. And it is soon will be like this. At least Pompeii took 24 hours. They do not know what was happening. Imagine those souls who are inside happily in their routine, and suddenly things started changing and they do not know what to do. They were not prepared. But we are so lucky that God is teaching us, be prepared, children. Don't become part of the debris. Don't become part of the destruction. Choose to be part of the establishment. Change yourself before the change. It is said that if you change before the change, you will become successful. If you change along with the change, you will survive. If you don't change, even the change is going on, then you become part of the debris, that is, the remains of the destruction. Avshesh. So choice is ours. If you want to change before the change your schedule, change your routine, make more time to spend in solitude and in connection. Make your mornings not a routine, rushing schedule like anybody in the world. We are in the same world, but we are not like this. We belong to future. So when people look at us, they should have that faith in the future that yes, things are going to be better. So we have to practice change and be the change. Make more time to meditate in the morning, to accumulate the moments of peace. Because what remains with you in the long run, at the end especially, is what you accumulate. Because there is a time for everything. You might not get time to practice in the future by seeing the changing scenarios of the world. And things in the world are more uncertain, more drastic. So this time at least is good. Just sit and spend the quality time in connection and charge yourself. Who knows? If you don't need, maybe people around you need your able guidance and stable stage. If you are stable, by looking at you, people will stabilize. Things around will stabilize. So we are master guide. We are master leaders who has to lead and help people to connect directly to the source. It's time to leave all bodily identities of body consciousness. Being in the body, take care of all the bodily responsibilities, take care of the bodily routine with respect for the body and bodily relations. But remember, we are not bodies. We are beyond much more than just the body. So spend time of being in this awareness of being bodiless. Okay? Is the message clear?
Okay, sister.
It's clear.
Yes, it's okay.
You want to speak? You want to say anything? And the people behind me, you see the old ladies, they are all this towards my left. She's sister, the Dadi Janki, the senior sister, and she left her body and became Avyat, angelic stage, at the age of 104. Meditators normally live long and live young. 104. And Dadi, the bigger photo is Dadi Ishu. She is in her 90s. Dadi Prakashmani, again 90s, all of them. And the most auspicious photo is here. Radhi Gulzar, who is just having a blessing hand. She's also late 90s. And Brahma Baba behind, late 90s. So everyone are long lived because of their practices. It's not just a question of long or short. It's a question of quality life also. They had very powerful quality life. They touched so many lives. They inspired so many people to recognize the inner divinity and to follow the path of righteousness. Yes, Sister Esther.
You know, I was saying that after the class, I was going to ask you who is the man at the back, that conspicuous. So that I was going to ask you, is that you reading my mind? Eh?
Absolutely, you are moving right. We are going to know about him more detailedly tomorrow. That is, tomorrow's class is the story. What all I have shared till now. How did I come to know? Where did it start all about? The history. It will be more interesting. Any questions? 8 to 9, only 8 to 9, very strictly, because Sister Pavitra as a time barred thing, yes.
Yeah.
Brother,
Only
Sister Esther,
Thursday we can have.
Sure. Brother Leonard, do you have to say anything?
No, I really, what you are saying in under 1 hour is almost a year, what will be for a year teaching. Though what I always try to do is to grab something to be able to apply it in my life, because if I apply one thing, I believe it's better than 100 I will hear and I didn't apply it. Because this time I'm realizing that some of the things, there is change. I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm not really who I used to be, because there is change. Some of the things that do irritates me, I see them, but somehow I tell myself that I tell myself who I am. I always remind myself of being the king, because if I'm the king, I can be able to rule the subjects. So those things, I'm now mastering that those things cannot be able to make me feel the way I don't want to feel. So I'm getting something from the lesson. So also what you say today, like fruit, we start from inside to rot. So also the spirit soul is limited by attachment and all the things, anger and so on, so many things. So many things you said. If I have answer, I need to prepare for it and add it for later day. But there's so many things I'm grabbing. I just want to pay attention and grab certain things to use for to be able to defeat my selfhood, this I, me, and all these things, to be able to transfer and awake to the true being that I am. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Sister Esther?
This home chant is making me sleep. Oh. It really, I was telling my husband that it's like this home shanty, there is more to it too. Because you are saying it like greetings. But to me, it's like I just do home shanty. I'm trying. So I'm really, my mind is relaxed, it's at peace. So as in, I am, so many things are out of my mind. I'm no more attached to, I'm no more angry, I'm no more attached to anything. Nothing is stressing my mind again. But it's making me so dry.
Okay.
Sister?
Good. So she's more relaxed. Yeah, video got stuck. Mr. Pavitra, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you please send
She's
me the
back.
day 4 link?
Okay.
Sorry.
Right. I will send the day 4 link. In fact, I'll put all the links. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you,
Sister
sister.
Esther, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sister. You were speaking and your video got stuck. Your audio also got stuck.
Okay, you didn't hear.
I heard at the end we missed.
Oh, okay. So you didn't hear most of the thing.
So you are sleeping good. Isn't it good?
It's good. I don't worry again. No. I'm relaxed. My mind is relaxed now.
Very good. Congratulations. Be constant in your practices. And today's thought is, I am a soul who is right hand to the seed and I am in the root. Visualize the whole tree and visualize that you're very close to the seed, and visualize yourself as mustard seed, which is close to the seed. And being seated in that root, you are taking power from the seed, and you are being the root. You are spreading and sharing the whole energy of God into the whole tree, that the spiritual energy of light is passing through trunk. You're giving it to different branches, leaves, flowers. Everyone is blossoming with godly energy because you are transmitting everything. Consider yourself as a spiritual transmitter and take the energy from God and serve the tree. The tree is in a very devastating state. Serving the tree means helping all the souls of all the religions to rejuvenate themselves and to connect to the seed.
Okay.
Okay.
But we still need to hear that I am a soul again.
Yes. That's where we start and that's where we end. I am a soul. I am a soul. As master seed, I'm seated next to the seed in the root of the eternal tree. Om Shanti. This thought for 21 times, at least. Okay, and at the same time, it's not just you're chanting, but you have to visualize. See this thought more often, being with that supreme seed, I, the master seed in the root. And I am the transmitter, transmitting godly energy to the whole tree. Om Shanti. It's a beautiful visualization. Take care.
Om Shanti,
Om
sister.
Shanti.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Om
you.
Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you so much. And welcome into the divine family. You have understood a lot. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.